The following program is being paid for by Creflo Dolla Ministries.
I'm a world changer.
Now for the continuation of today's message.
In 3 John 2, God will bless you materially and any other area of your life that you lack by causing your soul to prosper. He will plant the seed of prosperity in your soul, in your mind, in your will, and in your emotions. He will give you understanding of the laws of abundance. And then as you put them into action and allow them to grow, you'll eventually reap a great harvest in whatever area you need. Now, I want you to listen to me. Let me bring you back, focus in on what I just said. I know it is important for us to get in the Word, written Word, to read the written Word and renew our mind with the written Word. Why? So that now we can communicate and have communion with God. We're not going to understand Him until we understand His Word. Because His Word goes against reasonings and rationalizations of the world. So God would have you to renew your mind with the Word so you can get the basics of the language so that He can communicate to you and so He can speak to you and so He can lead you and guide you. You've got to understand the language. But if I speak to you in a language that you do not understand, écoutez, comment t'appelles-tu, monsieur, madame? You don't know what I just said, so we can't have no fellowship. I can't give direction because you don't understand the basics of the language. So renew your mind with the Word and now position yourself to now commune and to receive communication from Him. Now, why is that important? It is important because of this. Breakthrough is not going to happen because you renewed your mind with the Word. Breakthrough is only going to happen when you hear God speak the Word to you. Listen to me carefully. The entire Bible where miraculous things happen, here's one thing you'll find true. God said it. You mean to tell me God will speak to you? Yeah. God said it. And when you renew your mind with His Word, you'll understand Him. We've got to, as Christians, get to the place where we understand when God is speaking to us. We've got to hear Him speak to us. You will not know breakthrough until you know how He speaks. Now, God is speaking all the time. If you're not hearing Him, something is wrong with the transmission on your end. You know why He don't want you to sin? Because sin is static. Breakthrough does not come as a result of the Word of God. It comes from the Word of God. Now, you have to get in the Word of God in order to position yourself to get a word from God. You hear what I said? You got to get in the Word of God. And listen, if you'll open the Bible and start reading it and studying it, you'll start practicing hearing from God. God will start speaking to you when you start reading and studying His Word. And as you start reading and studying His Word, He'll start talking to you. Then you'll start getting familiar with that voice. As you study the Word, you're in the Word, and then God says something. You're reading something, but then you heard God say something about that that's not in print. Am I making sense? God speaks to His people. Well, does He speak in vague impressions or does He speak in specific detail? He speaks in specific details. Ask, who was it? Noah. He spoke specific details to Noah. Noah had never built what he built. How did he do it and how was he successful? I mean, just think about it. If he didn't have instructions from God, what if the ark started leaking? The same God that spoke to Moses, the same God that spoke to Noah, is He a respecter of persons? He wants to speak to you now in these last days. Because He's got something to show you. Everybody understand that? Okay, put a pin there. Now, let's look at this excellent illustration. Genesis chapter 39. How's God going to do it? Say out loud while you're turning there. I live in abundance. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Peace, peace, peace. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All is well with me and my house. That's your confession. Now let me add one more. I live in the blessing explosion. There's an explosion about to take place in my life. It's the blessing explosion. It's a sudden expansion.